Hello and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon video with me, Bubblebox, and today we're continuing with the Bubblebox and Silveraptor Do Decks series. We showed you our Japanese and South Korean decks in the last two videos of this series, and today I'm going to be playing with the Japanese deck, the South Korean deck, and Silveraptor is going to be playing with the Japanese national deck, and we're going to be playing on this map. It is a mixed map, but there's no water in on this particular map, so all the action is going to be on the land, or most of the action should be on the land. Silveraptor's holding Delta and heading up towards Echo, and I'm going to be going to the right hand side and trying to take India Foxtrot and pushing up to Hotel, and I believe Silveraptor's sending some units up to Golf as well. Yep, I think that's what's happening. I can't quite remember, so we'll get the game underway. So Silveraptor's sending forward some of these really nice short arrows that are really good against those pesky helicopters with a nice helicopter range, and okay-ish against the aeroplanes as well if they fly over. Some basic infantry here, some anti-tanks and some rifle infantry. I'm sending these really nice Fiat recon vehicles with the autocannons and the grenade launchers and a command as well. I've already captured Foxtrot, sending some anti-air infantry over towards India and some other cheapish kind of rifle infantry in these trucks, as well as some of my really favourite K1 tanks as well. You know, I like the K1s. Got 6 of those guys moving in on the action as well. Silveraptor's actually pushed really far forward. He's got his favourite weapon, the OH Ninja recon helicopter, shooting at these helicopters, although it's actually run out of anti-air missiles now. It's the AH-15s are trying to do the business. He's probably, I don't know whether he's pushed a bit too far forward. These have got some nice little mini guns that are peppering. He's managed to get his well, how can I pronounce that? His Huduo Wrens out into this building, which is quite a far way forward on the map. So he's done really well there, dropping those guys off, and he's managed to drop off also some anti-air PSAMs as well, just behind those Huduo Wrens. So a nice little position there, and he manages to micro his units back, although he seems to have lost his recon. Oh no, his OH Ninja's back here, returning back to base for a bit of a refill. In the meantime, over on this side, I haven't encountered the enemy yet. I'm pushing forward my Fiats to try and get some recon on the enemy to find out where they are. No sign of them as yet. Drop off my Mistrals, the Hugh Sam Mistrals over here. I'm just trying to get them into this building and try and get my infantry to catch up and give them a bit of support. And I'm getting my K1s into position. I want to position one just to protect this road and the other one just up in this tree line if I can. In the meantime, Silveraptor's hit some heavy resistance in here now. They're trying to capture this zone, as you might expect them to do. And they've got an Su-22 anti-air aeroplane up there as well, or air superiority fighter. Managing to get my Mistras up. I still haven't encountered the enemy, although there was a flash of red there, so it looks like they're coming down this road. Got 2 of my K1s in position and some anti-air, these little Vulcan things here, into position as well, and 2 more K2s, K1s coming up just to protect, as I said, against this road. Now, infantry are under pressure now. They did put a lot of stuff in here, and his Huduens and his PSAMs. He's got a little HMV truck there trying to do its best to support, and he's got some Rangers for recon. But they're going to be bringing a lot of stuff over that river now. But he's got really nice control of Echo. In the meantime, there's a lot of stuff coming down this road. My Fiats and my K1s are doing battle. Managed to take out a couple of nice tanks there. They're putting units into these buildings as well by the looks of it, and I just split up my K1s here. Got another couple of K1s there, got my Mistrals unloaded. I just need to unload my infantry, getting some recon over onto the right hand side here as well, just to protect our flank on the right. So at the moment we're in a decent position, got about half the map. The most important, we've got this gold sector, which is worth +4 in this game. Really important on this map to try and get control of Gulf if you can early on, and I'm bringing up some more anti-air units just to drop off into the forest, although it looks like I'm trying to fly them right over to these buildings here, which could be a bit risky because they did drop some units off in these buildings. So my K1s have taken a little bit of damage. I'm just pulling them back, hopefully for a bit of a resupply. I hope I've dropped off my anti-air in a moment. My K1s are just stopping them coming down this road and keeping them busy. In the middle, no sign of them on the right hand side as yet. So at the moment all the battle is over here and over towards Alpha as well. I'm bringing forward a MiG-21BI. Again, that's air superiority, firing it right over my Mistrals, I think, actually, and over his PSAMs as well. I managed to unload my Mistrals and just stick them in one of these buildings and get my chopper back out of there. I've got some more rifle infantry coming up because I did see them put something in these buildings. I'm hoping to get those rifle infantry up and in these buildings to partake in attacking their infantry in here. So Silveraptor's doing his best to hold all these guys, bringing in a bit of artillery now to attack his units here as well, so I don't think they're going to last very long. He is bringing in a supply chopper, one of these little quite large supply choppers, and that will be in danger of getting shot down if he's not too careful. Very close to the front line for a supply chopper, but hopefully it will be able to land itself and resupply his units. In the meantime, my rifle infantry are moving forward in these little trucks of death here, the KM900s, and I decided to, I think I just did unload them. I hope I unload them there, but no, it looks like I'm going to push them straight forward and try to support Silveraptor in his endeavours in Alpha. In the meantime, I've got some more infantry coming up the road here into Gulf to try to bolster that and push forward my K2s, my two K1s up forward to try and engage these BMP2s. Now in the meantime, I do finally engage their units just outside of India, or to the north of India, quite a lot. They took a time to get there, but when they got there, they're there in numbers. You can see lots and lots of infantry, lots and lots of infantry vehicles, and lots of tanks as well. And they're going to make mincemeat out of my poor infantry brigades. They're not the best, just Yebeguns. These really cheap 5-point militia units went down really easily, and Mistrals, as soon as they get engaged, are going to go down, and my anti-air Vulcans took a pounding as well. Now bring in some Sabres with their rocket pods to try and slow down this push. They get nice shots off nicely. I don't think any of them go down this round. No, they all managed to get out. But 3 Sabres against all that lot will slow them down but won't take them out. In the meantime, I'm kind of concerned over on the right hand side here. Now the middle's fairly well defended. My 2 K1s have taken some hits as well, and they've also bringing in, looks like they've brought in a lot of infantry down through Hotel. Even though they haven't taken Hotel, that took me a little bit by surprise. They had all these units here despite not taking Hotel with a command. So you can see India very exposed. Most of my units are over here in this area trying to keep hold of Gulf, and I haven't got many units over this side at all. So we're very exposed here, and I was a bit worried. Luckily they have unloaded a lot of their infantry into these buildings, I believe, and their tanks though could push forward. Bring out another K1 here and try, and my next few units I'm just bringing over to the right hand side, which has kind of collapsed, mainly because I didn't have a lot of units over there. I tended to concentrate more on Gulf. My K1's having a little bit of trouble against these Schutzen. They have got little RPGs, but just managed to take them out. But my K1's now taking a lot of damage, as you can see, down to 1 bar and 2 bars respectively. And my Habium 90s, these are the decent infantry that I've got. Very nice for 30 points. Taking on some Motorshooten. Unfortunately, the Motorshooten have got support from these BMP2s, which keep stunning my Habium 90s and making them it's quite difficult for them to engage the enemy. In the meantime, Silveraptor, although his sort of units got knocked back from Alpha, he's brought a lot more forward. He's brought some short arrows forward as well. So he's starting to try to push forward into Alpha, and we've got a good view of all their units now. We're still having trouble with these BMP2s supporting these Motorshooten against my Habium 90s, and my Habium 90s are coming off the worst there, unfortunately. Yeah. So meanwhile on this side, I'm slowly resupplying or bringing in reinforcements. I've brought a K1 in now. I've got a recon chopper so we can see what they're doing. All I've got here is these little Vulcans, these little anti-air units with the little... Oh, in fact, that is just a truck. Oh, I thought it was one of those Vulcans, but it's just a truck. Oh, this is the Vulcan here. Back here, so that gets taken out. They've got a Moderna tank there, quite a nice, well, very nice tank. BMP2s making their way through the forest. I bring in the Sabres, but they actually lose view, so they're just going to fly straight over. And he's bringing in his laser anti-air. My Vulcan gets some shots off on it, but unfortunately oh, it does stun it, so that's good. So it's probably going to survive. He's got an anti-air gun here as well. Does take out one of my Sabres. The other two just get away. That laser is going to survive to fight another day. Although hopefully, oh, he should. Oh, it's going to fly over my other Vulcans though. Oh, it took out my. Oh, that's a nice move actually. Took out my recon chopper there. Although my Vulcans then managed to take that guy out. Shouldn't call them Vulcans really, KM-163s. In the meantime, Silveraptor has managed to get his units forward. Unfortunately, his Rangers sort of just bump into those units in that building there. He's pushed forward, brought forward his AH-15 there, but they've got anti-air units, so we're starting to lose a few points now. We are still in the lead, 1485 to 1010. We still hold a good amount of ground. We still hold the 4-point sector, which is important, but they are now getting 3 points for hotel. Still a little bit worried about this position on the right hand side. Foxtrot very exposed to a flank attack. We've got pretty much 0 in there, although believe me, in this game I did start to bring out as many points. As soon as I got points, I brought them out onto the right hand side here. Which did mean I couldn't really reinforce the front line in Gulf though, and you can see my units starting to get damaged. I can't really pull them back though if I want to hold on to Gulf for any period of time. There are lots of sort of half-broken units without supply and stuff like that, so I've got to be a little bit careful. I've got these 2 K1s here, which I start to bring forward just to help out a little bit, and there's cargoes to resupply these Habian 90s that took a hammering in that building. And Silveraptor continues to pressure into Alpha and manages to take out that squad of infantry that were in these buildings and puts his Buntai 90s, these very nice infantry, decent-ish infantry anyway, into those buildings there. And he's got some Hache Hyukis with their anti-air missiles just coming up there for a bit of support as well. Meanwhile, on this side, they continue to push forward. Luckily, my K1s get a shot off there, so hopefully that'll slow them down a little bit. And as you can see, my K1 and my KM-163 are exposed. Oh, they're in cover still. They are flashing, which is good. I'm bringing up a cargo. That's actually going over towards Gulf to help out with the supply there. But you can see I bring in another K1 and a Hawk Pip just to try and give us a bit of support against like their anti-air fighters and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit short. I've been a little bit rolled on the right, but I was trying to cover quite a large area. They're trying to bring forward, I don't know if that's that Moderna or whether it's different Moderna. Yes, it is the Moderna, which means I'm probably going to lose this fight with my K1 if I don't pull that K1 back, because that Moderna's got a very big gun on it. Although I think we've lost sight of Moderna, so... Oh no, it takes it out, yep. So my K1 goes down there, leaving us even more exposed. Luckily I've got 2 more K1s coming in, but these K1s not really a match for that Moderna unless they can sort of maneuver themselves to get side shots on that tank. In fact, I've got 3 coming in there, so that might keep him at bay. But I'm going to have to deal with that big tank at some point. In the meantime, my cargoes are coming up to refresh my units somewhat. That BMP3 still being a pain. This lovely support unit here, these Hachi Hyuki Shikis with their pretty nice main gun, I suppose, and the anti... oh, actually, it's a AP-powered heat-guided Geo-Mat missile, which could take out these BMP2s, although it's getting hit, and he actually unloads his motor Schutzen when he sees this thing, which is a good move. So we'll keep his motor Schutzen on survivable and on the move. But Silveraptor, you can see, is preventing them from capturing Alpha and getting the points for Alpha, although they have now captured India as well, so they have got a lot of points coming in now. as well as we've got a lot of points coming in. Still got my recon here, so no, we're not flanking. I've got 3 K1s and 2 Hawk Pips. So we're okay here until I manage to kind of hopefully build up and start to push back. But I've got to hold on to golf, because if golf falls we will be in big problems point wise. Although Silveraptor is keeping them very, very busy. In Alpha he's got some infantry up on the right hand side, some more Kutai 90s, really nice infantry squad. These Kutai 90s well worth their 30 points. He's going to put into these buildings here to prevent them capturing back Alpha. So I tried to bring in some more of these quite cheap recon choppers. They're only 45 points, well, 45 points is quite a lot, but cheap for a recon chopper, just to try and spot some of their units. I'm getting pressured in Gulf now, and they did actually snipe my command in Gulf. So I've got my 2 K1s doing battle with his BMP2s. He's bringing forward his T-72s, quite cheap tanks, but, well, not that cheap actually, 90 points, so medium tanks, quite, yeah, but you just micros it back. Quite a good matchup here, T-72M against K1. The K1 loses out in that case because it has been artilleried a lot and quite panicked. But my fear isn't going to stand up against that T-72 and gets taken out. So now we are in danger of getting pushed right back out of Gulf, although I do still have 2 more K1s left in there. Silveraptor in the meantime is bringing in another command, which is hopefully going to be putting into Alpha to help us out points wise now that we've lost Gulf, or I have lost Gulf. Still okay on the right hand side here. They have decided not to push through there. Instead it looks like they've decided to go over this way from India and push to their left, or our right, and come over to try to take Gulf, which is probably quite a good move. Now I did stick these Habium 90, or sorry, not Habium, yeah, Habium 90s into the buildings down here with a bit of anti-air, just to try and stop them, because we need to keep this little bit open here to bring up our reinforcements. If we lose this little area, we've got really no way of bringing reinforcements to the front apart from via helicopters, so we don't really want that to happen if we can help it. And also Silveraptor's got his Nana Sanshiki command coming through, so we've got to try and keep this open. Then I bring in a K1A1, the biggest tank that I've got in the game, to try to battle back their tank pushes. They are bringing in some quite big tanks from over this side of the map. So they're doing pretty well, and in fact they have at this point got a 200. We did have the lead at the start. They have now got a 100 point lead, or well, it's pretty close, but sort of they've got a lead of a few points now, so they're doing really well, especially against me over on this side with their big tanks. Now I managed to just snipe those there, but then it's T-72M1 again. Silveraptor manages to get some shots off on it before it disappears into the bushes once again. And he's managing to bring up his Nana Sanshiki, some degree of safety as we just hold of this little crossroads down here. So at this stage all I'm doing is trying to micro my units around a little bit, just trying to, I'm thin on the ground. I'm just trying to bring up as much as I can, more K1A1s, more K1s. I'm going to need more AA in Gulf as well if they realise we haven't got hardly any AA, apart from, well, we haven't got hardly any AA, we haven't got any AA at all really in Gulf now, which is a real danger. So at the moment it's as you were on the right, just trying to hold position until we get points. Silveraptor is asking for help over in Alpha, but there's not a lot I can do, to be honest, at this stage of the game. He's bringing forward his short arrow just to protect him against some choppers. He's got quite a nice position here actually. It's going to take them a good attack to dislodge him from this position, and he should be able to get his command somewhere around here, as long as they haven't managed to sneak any units behind. He is just sneaking his KV-107s up the left there, maybe to have a sneaky look into Bravo. I can't remember quite what he did with those. We'll have to see. He's also bringing in another command for Gulf, while I'm spending all my points on tanks to try to regain some of this lost ground. Now he's bringing forward some Motorschulten, so hopefully we should be able to keep them at bay, and some flak, we should be able to keep them at bay as well with what we've got left in Gulf. So nothing too exciting happening right now. K1s get some shots off on that flak. Should take that out easily. Yeah. 50-point flak unit goes down for next to nothing. Oh, that just spotted they've got some infantry just came into these buildings, so that K1's got to be very careful or it's going to get sniped by those. I just spot it as they go in and bring forward my Habium 90s to try to engage these units. They do bring it forward nicely, take out my K1 there. These are RPGs, and they're going to take out my other K1 if I'm not careful. These Habium 90s are not in cover. They're very exposed. I've even got my Mistral shooting at these. That was a nice move to use those motor shoots and 90s, which are quite a strong infantry team. Well, medium infantry team. Took out 2 K1s and took out my infantry as well. So that was a nice move to jump them into that building. My K1 on this side now is under pressure. And I'm having to micro that back as well. As this BMP2 gets shots off on it. He's bringing in another T-72 M1, or it could be the same one as well. And they're starting to push through. My K1A1 is under pressure here. It's got a Hydra coming up on its flank. It's got a Moderna in its face. There's another tank here, and my big K1A1 bites the dust. So I'm not having a very good time of it, to be honest, over on this right hand side. I think they realise there's a weakness here now, and they suddenly start to push forward with their big tanks. Got 1 K1 left in there, still got these, and luckily Silveraptor spots the trouble and brings back his command. He has managed to put his command into Alpha though, which gets us at least some points. But at the moment I was a bit worried. They've got an even larger lead now. They've got a 500 point lead now, so we are in a bit of trouble. They've pushed us all the way out of Gulf, and if they get Gulf and start getting the points from Gulf, we're going to be in big trouble because they're going to be getting huge amounts of points then. I just plucked forward my Habium 90s so that his rangers can get into this building here. We've got to try to keep this crossroads open if we can, just so that we can get reinforcements up into these forests up here. Although Silveraptor's done a nice job up here. This is pretty damn secure, and now we've got to sort this problem out in Gulf, where I've pretty much lost a lot of tanks apart from these K1s that are holding the line over here on the right. So they are sort of kind of cautiously, they're playing well, this team, they're cautiously coming forward. I think they were a team, and just probing just to see. They spot there's infantry in here and just come back with their tanks. So nice play there. And I think they decided maybe to sort of, oh, they're taking some shots at my UH-1Hs there as well. It's anti-air, which I haven't spotted because I haven't microed them out of the way. So Silveraptor now decides to bring units in by chopper because these crossroads are very dangerous. I bring in another K1A1, and I bring in one of these AHIT kind of attack choppers, which have got some nice TOW2s and rocket pods as well. But I do need to be able to get to spot their units to be able to use them. There's an F-15J there, these nice air superiority, which Silveraptor brings in just to frighten off their planes a little bit. I think that survived. So yeah, so I'm having to go very defensive, and I'll bring forward my AT-IT here to take some shots at this T-72S. Managed to take one out, and the other one just gets into cover before the missiles hit. And as I was afraid, they have managed to plonk a command somewhere in Gulf, and they now get an extra 4 points. So now we're being squeezed. They now have a quite substantial 500-600 point lead and a lot of points. So this is a pretty bad situation we're in here. Still very stretched on the right here. If they push down here, we're going to be in big trouble. I'm using my AT-1 now just to try and snipe their units along with the 086. Managed to snipe that tank there. Gets us a few points back. We're weak here as well. Looks like Silveraptor's noticed that and brings in a couple of units to help there, but they're pushing into this area as well now. You can see a lot of units suddenly appeared. They must have brought them over this way, I think, because there's no way over this bridge. They must have brought them over through here and decided to attack into this area with a lot, as you can see, quite a lot of units. A nice little attack there from the red team. Bring forward the flak there. Have a go at my ATITs. Looks like they've taken one out. The other one's just about survived. Just taking it back to this cargo for a little bit of repair. I've repositioned my Hawk Pip 2s, but this Moderna is now coming forward. This big Moderna tank coming forward. Ooh. Sorry about that. Big Moderna tank coming forward to take a peek over the river to see what the heck's going on. Okay, so now we are definitely in danger of losing this little corner thing here. I bring in some more units and plonk them in the trees here, because the last thing we want is them coming over there and taking control of and getting units on this side of the river. You can see they're just slowly starting to bring their units forward. Another T-72M1, another decent tank. It's coming up towards here. In fact, he's going to try and put it in the trees. And Silveraptor just micros his unit back before they're spotted. So yeah, luckily we can see that guy and hopefully take care of it. I'll just bring my 086s around so that we can keep an eye on that. And so that hopefully once my chopper has been resupplied, I can go and take that guy out. Meanwhile, just bringing in more tanks, more AA, just trying to set a defense, and then hopefully we can make an advance forward and try to regain the losses that we've made. Again, look, we're now 900 points behind this game, 23 minutes left. You can't win them all, but it's not looking good for this particular game. MiG-29 coming in against the F-15J. The F-15J turns. Is it going to turn? Turning into the MiG-29, get a couple of shots off, but get stunned as I'll bring in the Block 52D there. And oh god, yeah, did I manage to take something out with that? I just missed it. But I'm not sure. I think Silveraptor got his fighter away there. Not totally sure what happened. Now they are probing forward. They do it with these cheap topazes, which is another good move, but they can see now that we've got these Habian 90s in this building, so they probably won't push their tanks forward just yet until they manage to get rid of these. And that MiG-29 is still firing around, creating havoc. Got the PSAMs are taking shots at it, and the F-15J coming in, and he takes it out. Nice. At last we got that fighter down. So yeah, so he knows there's some Habian 90s in here now. He's just bringing these BMP2s forwards. I don't know if they've got infantry in. We'll soon find out though. And more units. Looks like they're doing a bit of a push down here, bringing in some recon as well to see what's going on, just to sort of act as spotters for anything attacking towards here. They've got more of these. Probably got infantry in, unless it's a single truck. Just scouting again. Up here, looks like they're trying to push into Silveraptor's land up here. But he's still got a decent presence. I've managed to get some cargo trucks in there to resupply some of his units, and he's still trying to sort of sneak units in there. I think he actually got attacked when he tried to sneak units over into Bravo, so he's just pulling back out of there. Looks like they've got that avenue covered as well. We're pretty well covered here if they decide to push forward. My AHJ-1J is resupplied, so I'll bring that up. But I just need to try and get some eyes on their units, just to try to snipe some of them, and hope they haven't brought any decent long-range anti-helicopter AA up to the front line yet. But my K1s have spotted this push, so hopefully we can take some shots at them. This is flak. Oh no, they have brought some. They got this flak forward. Take out my recon chopper. I just bring forward my K1s just to try and stop this push a little bit. I managed to take out that big Moderna. I think it was the K1A1 that got the final kill there, but my other K1's taken a big hit, down to 1 health point, so I have to take that back. And now my Habian 90s are under pressure, as are Silveraptor's Rangers in this building. They are definitely going to overwhelm those units. Quite a large attack onto these buildings. They know how desperate we are to keep hold of this crossroads, because if they take that, we're pretty much cut off from the big forested area. Apart from with helicopters and things. So I do come forward with my K1A1, just trying to probe. I don't want to get too close because I'm going to get taken out by rocket propelled grenades if I'm not careful. But I'm just trying to get angles, but then we lose sight of them, so yeah, it's all not too good, to be honest. They've still got their big lead. We're not really gaining anything at the moment, and they're getting a lot of points, so they're managing to bring in a lot of units. So very, very stretched. Yeah, not looking good at the moment. So Silveraptor bringing in a big bomber. I'm not sure where that's going. It's 8 350 kilogram bombs. Is it going to try to attack these T-72s? I think it might be. Let's take a look. Yeah, indeed it is. Is it going to get out? I hope it is. Taking some shots. Oh, it goes down. Bombs land. And, well, they stun up those tanks, but yeah, don't really do the massive amounts of damage. And it loses that bomber, which is a shame. I think it was this Laser that might have taken him out, although he should be getting some shots off. I don't know where that Laser's going. Oh, it's attacking my recon chopper and actually manages to take it out, although I think his F-15 took it out there. So traded a cheap recon chopper for their anti-air fighter, so I think that's quite a good exchange, so I'll fairly happy with that. Silveraptor's bringing in some anti-tank infantry now, some Nana Sanshikis with anti-tank infantry inside. What are they? Oh, they're the Shumats, the lovely Shumats that we like. So they should hold back any tank pushes, and he continues to go forward actually with these Nana Sanshikis, which are amphibious, so I suppose he's just going to run them forward. They're only 10 points worth, 2 5-point trucks, both of them. So the terrible trucks of death, as we call them, the 5-point trucks. Oops, what am I doing with my camera? So it's going to run them forward into... Oh, what's happened here? Run them forward. Why does it keep doing that? Here we go. Into these trees just to see if they've still got their units in there. I'm sure they have, but we'll see what happens. And it looks like they're trying to push over the bridge as well over in Alpha, or they're just sort of scatting around. They are smoking that area, so it looks like they're going to be doing a push over into Alpha any minute. Just keep an eye on these Nana Sanshikis. Looks like there's nothing there at the moment. There's the T-72, so they'll take those Nana Sanshikis out. No problem, unless they get some sort of problem with their firing, which they don't do. And there's some units in these buildings as well, so they've got some decent units in there now. Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong in this game. They did smoke this, but it looks like they're not pushing in quite yet. In the meantime, a bit of some mortars I brought in, managed to take some units out in these trees. So we are down to mortars now. We're having to start going defensive with artillery, which is always a bad sign in the game, I feel. He's also got some units coming in, probably bought again, it's probably the ones from these buildings. He's bringing in through the trees here. And he's managed to get units, oh, he actually smoked and got units over in from the trees. He's managed to get some Zenistes, some napalm infantry into these buildings, which is forcing Silveraptor to move his Nana Sanshiki out of the way. And we are now in danger of losing Alpha, mainly because we lost Golf and they were able to flank over into Alpha. Looks like there's some planes attacking over this side there, which I just missed. Yeah, we've got some MiG-25s coming in, big bombers. I'm not sure, that one's actually evac'd. MiG-25. Is that going to continue? Yeah, but my Hawk Pips take shots, managed to take it out. Did it get, it's got its bombs away though. Was it? No, it didn't manage to get its bombs away, which is excellent. So Silveraptor continues to attack his Hachi Yushikis. I'm not sure if he meant to do that actually, but it gives us some eyes on these infantry in this building, which my K1A1's going to have a go at. Hopefully he'll be able to get his... No, he's not going to be able to get his 90s into cover before they die, unfortunately. And as you can see, he's having to fly his infantry reinforcements across quite a dangerous area, and it has taken a hit, although it's still alive. So we're having to kind of micro our infantry around here now to try and get units over into these trees. And as you can see, my trucks with the UDT seals inside both got taken out. Bring in a block. 52D. Taking some shots, but gets immediately attacked by the flak and get taken out as well. So they are now over 1,000 points in the lead with just 15 minutes left. So this could be the first loss of the Bubble and Silver Do decks. It's always more difficult when you're doing national decks, but we'll see how it goes. I can't actually remember how this game ended, to be honest. So my anti-tank chopper's managing to get some shots off now, although we took another loss there as well. Have I lost any tanks? I think I've lost one of my big K1A1s somewhere. Oh no, I've still got my big K1A1s. It might just be a K1 that I lost. And Silveraptor bringing in a bunch of infantry in the trucks of death to try and retake this little area, which is so vital on this map. And I'm actually sending my units all the way across here. And my attack chopper is doing a nice job managing to get some shots off on these Hydras. Hopefully be able to take those guys out. Manages certainly to take some infantry and takes our Hydra out as well, and is now having a go at this unit, which manages just to get into cover before it gets hit by the missile. More artillery going in, so we have killed a few things in here, so they should be softened up nicely for when Silveraptor's units eventually arrive. However, you can see there's quite a big build up outside Alpha now. It looks like they are coming in with a bit of force into Alpha. I'm not sure why they stopped there, actually. Not sure why. If they'd rushed into there, they could take that very easily. The SPW-70s have come... No, they're stopped as well. They're just unloading their infantry. Okay, so they're just unloading their infantry. Some medium kind of rifle infantry coming in. Where are they from? Yeah, they're East German. Okay. Don't remember those ones, but they're coming over the bridge. And what have we got? We've got some Hoodoo Wrens, some Kutai 90s that are half dead, some Rangers, and that's about it. So it's not looking good for holding on to Alpha. And if they get Alpha off us as well, we're going to be in real trouble. In the meantime, Silveraptor's units come in and start attacking this area, which has been softened up now. And I push forward in a bit of, well, kind of semi-desperation, push forward my tanks just onto the edge of the river. They can't cross the river, of course, they're not amphibious, but I'm hoping to offer him a little bit of support if their tanks start to appear. We've still got these Vulcan guns here for a bit of anti-air, and my Hawk Pips back here in case their aircraft come in to try and take out my tanks. As is happening, there's an Su-25 coming in. Looks like it's attacking probably these little trucks coming in. Hopefully my Hawk Pips will take this guy out. Hawk Pips are firing. Oh, I don't even manage to stun it. Take it out. Yeah, managed to take that out. Big plane there. And you can see my K1s have taken out a big tank there as well, or a medium-sized tank for 85 points. However, while we are attacking them in this corner, they are attacking us over in Alpha and have managed to deposit a whole heap load of infantry over in Alpha, and Silveraptor's poor Nana Sanshiki command is under severe pressure as I pull back, and in fact he pulls back his Nana Sanshiki command truck because we're going to lose that. So we've got 12 minutes left. We have managed to pull back a number of points. We are now on 5-6, and that's mainly due to them losing some high point tanks and high point aeroplanes with their attacks, or trying to defend their positions. Now this little attack with these little 5-point trucks, or these little trucks that, 10-point trucks should I say, it's gone quite well in fact. Very, very cheap units that Silveraptor has used to push across the river, and we've actually managed to retake this little area. So I decide to push forward my tanks, my K1A1s and my 2 K1s, and a little bit of my Hawk Pips coming forward, and I bring in a chopper with logistics support to resupply that. And we are off on the offensive in this game, which we are we've pulled it back to 200 points now. So they've only got a 200 point lead now, although they are getting a lot more units than us because of the number of points they're getting in. But Silveraptor continues to push forward. There's not a lot left in these trees, it seemed. I managed to unload my UDT seals and keep going forward with K1A1. I am going forward a bit blind, which is always a little bit of a dangerous thing to do. But I've got my 2 K1s coming in behind as well. And these Vulcan guns are amphibious, and I'm just crossing the river to give a bit of anti-air support as my Hawk pips get resupplied by this chopper. And you can see these little 10-point trucks are managing to mop up some of this infantry that is coming across in the trees, and he continues on his way forward as my K1A1 come up against a couple of nice T72Ss, big tanks, T72S, 135 points. My K1s might be a little bit outclassed, but I've got my K1A1 sitting here as well. And the K1s open up, and they open up again. I've got my mortars firing to try and stun it. One goes down. I've got another one here. And my K1A1 is managing to get shots as well. If this K1 can just get a shot off as well. I managed to take down that other big tank. This K1's got severely damaged. I might go that back, but continue to push forward with my K1A1. Now I'm spotting a weakness now, there's an anti. Oh, my K1 gets one in the face and another one, but manages to survive. And my K1A1 is just getting into cover as more of these cheap trucks come in, probably without infantry, just cheap trucks. And he's done so well with these cheap 10-point trucks. My other K1A1 is over this side, and I'm hoping to push that up onto the right side of Gulf. In the meantime, we're completely out of Alpha now. This Nansan Shiki command has been pushed right back. However, if you have a look, thanks to these big tanks going down, and thanks to Silveraptor's push with these cheap trucks, or cheap, I suppose you call them infantry fighting vehicles perhaps, we've actually got the 300-point lead right now, which has turned the game round completely. Not got too much to keep pushing forward with. I've still got a K1A1 and a K1. 2 K1A1s are still alive. They've done a good job. Still pushing those forward. My Hawk pips back up and reloaded in case they send aeroplanes. We are defending now. We can't push forward. It's absolutely impossible to push forward too much in this situation because they're going to have just too many units because of all the points they've been getting. But we have managed to sneak ourselves a 400-point lead now. So they've got 8 minutes to pull this back. At this point in the game, I don't really know how we managed to turn the points around so much. And they did have like a, what was it, 800,000 point lead at some point, and they were getting so many points. I think it's mainly because we managed to kill so many of their high point tanks and a couple of their high point aeroplanes that we've managed to pull this back without taking too many heavy losses. And my K1A1 now is taking some T72s, which are doing a run out and managing to get side shots on them, and it's going to get side shots on this T55 recon tank as well. I think he was a little bit surprised to see my 2 tanks pop up in this position, and now he's engaging. He's bringing a tank in from this side. I need to take this guy out because he's going to get side shots on my K1A1, and now they push forward and my K1A1 goes down. I bring my other K1A1 over to this side. They've got a lot of tanks here, as you can see. I bring forward my attack chopper, and they haven't got a lot of anti-air here, so my attack chopper should be able to help out quite a lot in this position. My other K1's going to go down. It's only on 1 health. As my mortars are firing away as well, and Silveraptor brings in his bomber to just give them a good whack and hopefully stun them up so they can't fire. Bringing in T55, lots of T55s, lots of T72s. I've lost most of my tanks now, unfortunately. I don't know where that cargo's going, and so I'm just going to have to go a bit defensive here. I've still got a K1A1 here, I've still got anti-air defences, I've still got my attack chopper to hold them back. Cheap stuff from Silveraptor here. My sabres are going forward, coming around, and he's going to attack these T72s. He's got 2 sabres left, remember. They get some nice shots off, stun them up, so that that just slows down their progress forward. And it looks like they've not got a lot of anti-air over there, which was encouraging. So that was a bit of a manic 5 or 10 minutes in which we still have now got ourselves a good lead, and we continue to defend well. I bring another sabre out just to try to attack these T-72s, although we have lost sight of them now. There's one there. Oh, I've just evac'd it. So my K1A1 is going to get a shot onto this T72MI there. I'm not sure if that went down or whether we just lost view there. I think we just lost a view of that. And I keep my mortars pounding away into their positions. Or we oh, there's a T72 there. Keeps poking its head out, but when it does, my K1A1 is going to get a shot off on it, and it goes down there. You can see another thing coming up there. Silveraptor's bringing in his own attack choppers here. It's got the AH-1S and the AH-1T partnering each other up there, and they've lost another unit there as well. Not sure what that was. So more T-72s coming down the road. But I've got my attack chopper sitting here, and just manages to open up this rocket pod as well. I think they're getting a bit desperate now with 5 minutes left. They just decided to throw a bit of caution to the wind and push all their tanks forward. But it's not really doing them any good. They've got their air superiority fighter flying in the background, but that's not going to do them much good as either. As I bring forward my Hawk Pip 2 and the F-15J comes out to have a go. My Sabres are back out as well. F-15J versus MiG-29. The MiG-29, yeah, it's going to win that all day long, although it evac'd before it manages to attack my Sabres. My Hawk Pip managed to take out the MiG-29 as well, so yeah, an eye for an eye in that one. So 4 minutes left. We have now got a nice lead, 1,000 points, another 65 point tank. They have lost so many high point tanks in Gulf in the last 10 minutes of this game. This side is still looking fairly secure. They never did attack down through India, which could have won them the game early on, I feel. They just instead kind of stopped and pushed everything over to the right. They attacked into Gulf, they attacked into Alpha, which did well, did really good. But maybe they should have just attacked through India early on in the game and tried to finish us. The Sabres coming back in yet again. Let's hitch a ride with one of these guys. We're going to get a target. Ooh, took a hit there. It's going to go down. Down it goes. So it looks like a big push. Lots more tanks. Flak. They're just throwing everything. There's those 10 points. 10 point vehicles that Silveraptor's are using so effectively. They are kinetic rounds, so they are fairly close up on the enemy, so they will do the enemy some damage because they are so close. They can get their shots off. And I've got my K1s sitting back here with a little bit of quite a lot of anti-air support now, so if they're bringing any planes to try and destroy these tanks, they're going to get taken down. And you can see that vehicle is still alive. There's an Mi-24 coming in to finish it off, but my Vulcans open up on that Mi-24, and that thing is not going to last very long. Down it goes, upside down, into the water. It's the end of that little attack. And there's a attack choppers just finished that little truck off there as well. So our lead is extended now to 1,400 points, about 1,500 points, and in comes a plane that's going to get taken out. Got so much anti-air here now. It's a MiG-25. It's going to drop a couple of 500 kilo bombs on us, but it's going to get taken out. The bombs are released. They hit. I think, did they take out one of my tanks there? Might have done. Certainly did a fair amount of damage there. But that was never going to work. And it just extended our lead a little bit more. So now we have an attack chopper coming forward. I don't know why I actually pushed my K1 forward there. I'm actually trying to put it into these trees, I think. But the BIHOs with the little Vulcan, I keep calling them Vulcan guns. The BIHOs haven't got Vulcan guns. They've got kind of autocannon anti-air kind of guns. Okay. Anyway, take out that chopper. Some more little cheap units from Silveraptor. 15 pointers this time. Should be able to take out these recon infantry. I don't think he saw them until I've set up a defence marker. So you got a couple of units, lost a couple of units there. This is a shame. Feeling very bold now, bringing my logistics chopper right up close to resupply my Hawk Pips and my other units. Su-25 comes in, another bombing run. Is it? Nope, didn't release anything. So you can see a very dense bunch of units we've got in that corner now. Another short arrow coming in. A K1 supporting Silveraptor's really cheap little units. There's these little cheap units doing the enemy even more damage. Some Hydras over there. Another T-72 making its way down. That's going to be another 90 points in the bank. Surely this K1's going to get shots off. Boom, that's a hit. Two health points left. Just manages to get itself into the trees as my sabres come in, but the enemy has hidden itself. What a shame. And that's it. GG. We managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat there. Actually managed to end up with a reasonable kill-death ratio, although I'm sure that was negative at the first half of the game where I played pretty terrible. I think I made up for it later on, killing all those big tanks. Silveraptor did sacrifice quite a lot of units to help me over there in Foxtrot. These guys played very, very well, especially I guess this guy, Van Budiermeyer. So thanks to those guys as well. Thanks Silveraptor. Thanks to you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We will put the decks that we used in the description for this video if you want to take a look at them or download them and take a look at the decks that we actually used in this game. Perhaps have a go with them yourself. But thanks for watching anyway, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.